man who could turn into a woman in seconds, or one who can escape out of a water-filled milk can with the locks still in the same place? If not, then you have a lot to learn about me. First of all, I'm a magician. I'm Houdini. I'm one of the most renowned, magnificent, legendary, well-known magicians in the world. Even 75 years after my death, most people still know me very well. Some people even call me the king of handcuffs. If I do say so myself, I think I had a pretty cool childhood. I'll let you in on a little secret. I tell all the reporters that I was born April 6, 1874 in Appleton, Wisconsin, but I was actually born on March 24, 1874 in Budapest, Hungary. My birth name was Erich Weiss. I immigrated to Appleton, then Milwaukee, then finally New York. When I was little, I begged for coins and I hid them in my hair and clothes. Then I went up to my mother and I said, "Shake me, I'm magic." She did, and coins went rolling all over the place. When I became a teen, I became a tie cutter. I took a tie cutter as a job. I also never had a proper education, but I don't really mind that much. I had to overcome a lot of problems on my path to stardom. Family was poor, and life was really hard on Jews back then. I always had to keep thinking of new tricks so that my audience didn't get bored. And my mom, who was one of the sole people in my life, died. I had to travel a lot, and ironically, I got seasick whenever I went overseas. Once, when me and my wife first got started on our career, I had to actually think of giving away my tricks for money because, we were poor. I constantly endangered my life, though to be perfectly honest, I really don't mind. And the worst part is I always had to deal with river trick takers. They'll name themselves after me and then they'll take all my tricks, but they won't do them very well, and people, when they meet the real me, think that I won't do them very well either. I also have a lot of epic accomplishments at my name, though, so I guess that makes up for it. I escaped actual professional police handcuffs, because back then people thought that magicians just used fake handcuffs, like special ones, but no, I escaped real ones. I also escaped a karette, which is basically it's a Russian prison, and it's a concrete box with a couple of iron bars that gets shipped overseas to another prison. What I didn't know is that they had already shipped the key for the door overseas, so I had to escape or I would be stuck there. I escaped a huge water-filled milk can with locks all along the top. And then, when I opened the curtain again, all of them were in the same place. The audience never figured out how that one worked. I also escaped underwater shackles and being nailed into a box and then thrown into an icy river. Brr. I also made the Chinese torture chamber and escaped from it. I went from dime museums to touring the world in fancy theaters in a very short period of time. Again, I was one of the most well-known magicians in the world. And you know how poor I was in my childhood? Well, when my magician career actually started moving forward, I got really wealthy. 75 years later, again, even after I died, a lot of people still think that I'm the most amazing magician of all time, which, to be perfectly honest, is probably true. And I've never told any of my secrets to this day, so today's scientists will still have to figure out how my tricks work. Now for a couple of interesting facts. I took my stage name from Robert Houdin because I thought that since people already knew that Houdin meant magic, that they would think that I meant magic. When I was a younger teen, I began my career as a circus acrobat in a small homemade circus me and my friend had made in a desperate attempt to make money. I promised my dad to take care of my mother and give her money, which is why why me and my wife don't have as much money as we think, because we always give some of it to her. And I died on Halloween. Like, seriously, October 31st. Pretty spooky, huh? So as you can tell, I'm a pretty amazing person, and proud of it. I had a fascinating childhood, crushing problems, but I still got through them, and several epic accomplishments, plus a couple of very interesting facts. Maybe next time you see a magician, you'll think twice before saying that he or she is the greatest magician of all time.